Hello and welcome to your short springtime flow. So I won't go into too much. Make sure you've done the foundational poses so this can flow a little bit easier. If you want something more complete and longer, you can do our longer flow. Otherwise, this is designed to be something you can kind of do within a short amount of time, get you feeling good and kind of give you a bit of a sense of that springtime freshness. So I recommend pressing play on your playlist that we've associated with this class and now, and then just connecting with the breath. So as you breathe in, wherever you are is fine, focusing on expanding the belly as you breathe in. So as you breathe in through the nose, think about the belly expanding forward and out, filling full of air like a balloon. And as you exhale, lightly feel the belly button drawing in towards the spine and the body contracting a little bit. So you can do this whether you're seated, if you're on your knees like us. Probably don't be on your back and get too comfortable because we're going to move. So maybe be where we are, either seated or on your knees. As you inhale, start to feel the chest and belly expanding a little bit. Lift the chin a little bit to allow a little bit more space. And then as you exhale, just start to draw everything in and down a little bit. So if you're with us, placing your hands on your thighs, as you inhale, draw the elbows towards the body, hands along towards the body, and then lifting up. And as you exhale, just gently pressing away, sliding the hands down towards the knees, folding inwards a little bit. Good. Inhale, opening up through the chest, drawing the shoulder blades back a little bit. And then as you exhale, pressing the hands forward a little bit. Perfect. Then we're going to lean forward. You're going to come to all fours, so wrist stack beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, pressing into the fingertips more than the rest of the hand. And you're going to inhale, lift the chest, arch through the back, and feel the back of the thighs pressing backwards. As you exhale, press through the fingertips, tucking the chin, rounding through the upper back. Good. Do this again. Inhale, relax the shoulders, draw the elbows in, press into the pinky fingers, open up through the chest. Exhale, press into the thumb and first finger, rounding through the upper back, looking towards the knees. Good. One more time. Nice big opening. Again, we're moving a little bit faster because this is a bit of a shorter class, but don't need to rush it. Just because I go into a pose doesn't mean you need to. And then exhaling back. Good. Last one. Inhale, opening up the chest, tuck the toes, lift the knees, press into your downward dog as you exhale. As you inhale, lowering the knees to the floor, opening up through the chest. Good. One more of these. Pressing to the fingertips, lifting the knees, looking towards your toes. Hello, toes. Inhale, knees to the floor. Exhale, back to a child's pose position. Find a little bit of stillness. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere in particular. Maybe your jaw, maybe your toes. See if you can soften and melt into the mat a little bit. Even if you're feeling like you've got a lot of energy moving through, how can you just kind of let that energy move through you rather than having to move you and allow it to a bit of space and surrender. Just for a few moments, just with the breath, expanding the belly on the inhale, exhale back. Good. You can start to move back into your all fours position and just start to rotate a little bit. So lean to the right, lean to the back, lean to the left, lean to the front. So leaning back to the right hip, over to the left hip, forward to the left hand, over to the right hand, reversing the direction. What's your face and neck doing? Can it be a little bit softer? How can you make a little bit more space in the joints? So the shoulders, neck, hips. And then as you inhale, lifting the chest, tucking the toes back to your downward dog position. Walking the feet slowly underneath the body to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, grounding through the heels, brushing the hands up the shins to the knees, open the chest, look forward, and then exhale, folding back down. Inhale, rolling all the way up, so you can brush the hands up the front or sides of the body. Optionally, you can take the hands out and forward if it's not too much, but not much pressure on the lower back. Little bit of a back bend, raising the hands up, and then exhale the hands by your side. If you feel dizzy at all, just don't raise the hands up. Bend through the knees. Inhale, scoop the hands forward as you lift up, straighten the legs. And then exhale, both hands down all the way to the floor. Inhale, look forward. As you exhale, right foot back, right knee down to the floor, low lunge. So right knee is down, left foot is forward. Inhale, opening up through the chest. And as you exhale, draw the elbows in, palms facing forward and down and up, down and up. Left leg straightens a little, and then lean back as you sweep your hands, kind of like wings. And then as you inhale, the palms are forward and up. Hopefully you should understand what I mean now. And then as you exhale, the palms go forward and down, sweep by your side. And then as you inhale, you turn the palms forward, lean to that front knee. Inhale, palms facing up and out. Good, exhale, hands all the way to the floor. Lift the right knee. And just for a moment, leaning forward, pressing back. Just hovering front and back. Good, and then use the momentum to step the left foot back, downward dog. Have a little pedal out. So as you press into one hand, press into the opposite heel, and relaxing the head in between the arms, letting the face draw relax, drawing the shoulders back towards the ears a little bit, and really just focusing on letting that head hang, let gravity take your head, and just release. Maybe a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth will help out with that. As you inhale, lower the knees to the floor, take the weight off the shoulders, the hands, the wrists, open up through the shoulders, soften the belly, exhale, back to downward dog. Good. Inhale, knees lower to the floor. Maybe do that again if you've got more energy, or exhale back to child's pose just for a full breath in and out. That's it. Maybe out through the mouth. Good. And just finding a way back to downward dog. So remembering there's always options. If you want a bit more energy to burn, you've got that. Otherwise, just taking those little rests, even if it's just for a breath or two, pedaling it out. Again, just feeling out your downward dog. Just exploring your body, like you're starting to kind of open and explore again after hibernating. Feet nice and close together. Let's inhale the left foot to the sky, nice and long, and then place that left foot down. Inhale the right foot to the sky. Sorry, not in between the hands. I like that you're keen though. And then exhale it down. Good. Walk the feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale, rolling all the way up slowly. Good. Relax the shoulders. As long as you don't feel dizzy, inhale, lift the hands up. And then exhale the hands all the way down to the floor. Good. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step the left foot back, low lunge, left knee to the floor. Transfer the weight back. Inhale, sweep that hands forward and up. Good. And then as you exhale, lean to the back leg, straighten that front leg a little bit, sweep the hands by your side. Perfect. Inhale, drawing everything up and forward, soften through the arms. And let gravity naturally drape the hands beside you. Good. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. And then as you exhale, both hands to the floor, lifting that left knee, and then just teetering forward a little bit, teetering back a little bit. Again, we're just exploring, feeling things out. When you're ready, right foot steps back to downward dog. Feet nice and close together, spreading the palms. Good. Inhale, right foot to the sky. And just bend the right knee, open up the right hip, and just maybe take a little peek underneath that right armpit. If it's okay, remember you can come down to the knees, skip these poses if it's too much. Right foot down, left foot up, inhale, bend the left knee, open up, take a peek underneath that left armpit. And then you can place it down. Just have a little pedal out for a moment. Inhale the left leg up And then exhale the left foot forward for a high lunge, but make sure both sets of toes are facing forward. We want to imagine lifting heavy buckets, leaning the weight back. I go much more into this in the longer version of the class. Lifting up the arms and then dropping the shoulders. Good. And just maybe feel like we're squeezing the inside of the thighs together. As you inhale, lift up and open. And as you exhale, lean forward, like you're kind of bowing forward. Half straighten that front leg. Sweep the hands by your side. Good. Inhale, lifting up. Lean back, take the pressure off that front leg, give it a little bit of a bend. If you wobble, squeeze the inside of the thighs together. Exhale, bowing down. Good. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, both hands down to the floor. Keep that front leg where it is. Right hand down. Inhale, left elbow rises to the sky. Feel like you're drawing something up. And then as you exhale, drape that left hand underneath the front leg, relaxing the head and neck. Inhale, opening up. Good. Exhale, drape that left hand underneath the body. Last one. Nice big breath in. Exhale the left hand down to the floor. Shift the weight back. Left foot back to downward dog. Good. Lower to the knees. Inhale, shoulders over the wrists. Keep the hips where they are. Or if you want to go for the more gentle version, bring the hips down with you as I instructed earlier in the tutorials. Exhale, chest down to the floor, elbows in a little bit. And then as the chest meets the floor, ribs meet the floor, straighten out the legs, elbows in, pour the weight back, inhale. Good, as you exhale, look towards your hips, belly button, shift the weight back to the heels, hips back to the heels. Child's pose through to downward dog when you're ready. Or straight back to downward dog, that's fine too. Good. Feet nice and close together. Let's keep moving. Inhale, right foot to the sky. Exhale, right foot through. Maybe keep the hands on the ground for a moment. Straighten both sets of toes forward. Press down through the feet. Lift your heavy buckets up to activate through the core, the lower back. Big smile to activate through the smile center. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, sweeping the hands by our side. Spring can bring out some very playful, very hilarious moments, as you've seen if you've watched or done our exhaling, sweeping forward, our longer version of class, or perhaps if we've released some of the behind the scenes footage for this season. We'll see how we go. Inhale, lifting up. Sweeping the hands down by your side. Inhale, right arm up, leading with the elbow, turning the chest to face the right. And then as you exhale, draping the right hand underneath that right knee, relaxing. Inhale, turn the right hand up to the sky, and exhale, let gravity bring it back down. Good, last time. Inhale, turn the chest, elbow, hand. Exhale, right hand back down to the floor. Step the right foot back, downward dog. Good. No rushing. Slowly knee to the floor. Both knees to the floor. Inhale forward. Shoulders over the wrists. Keep them where they are. Keep the hips up. Chest lowers down nice and slow. Straighten out the body like this snake-like motion. Elbows draw in. Gently press through the arms. And just settling back either to a child's pose or Vajrasana just for a moment. Finding a little bit of stillness. Just noticing your breath, heart rate, any sensations in your body, and just trying to feel all the things happening in your body without giving any labels to it. It's not an easy process. Sometimes you're not even sure if you're actually doing it. And there's no doing it right. There's just attempting this process, feeling into things without the story that's surrounding them. Just noticing them as sensations as they are. When you're ready, you can find your way back to downward dog. Looking forward, walking, or you can maybe do some little hops or jumps with the feet up to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, ground down through the heels. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rolling up, pressing through the heels. Little back bend at the top, either with the hands to the lower back, if you don't want to raise up your hands, or hands up. And then exhale, hands down by your side. Good, feet come together. Left foot down, right knee lifts up. Right hand on the right thigh, left hand, left hip. So gently press down with the right hand, lift the right knee up. And press the hip into the hand. Good. And then start to tuck the right heel underneath the right buttock. And then right foot extends back. Hands can come underneath the chest. Tuck the chin long through the back of the neck. And just seeing if you can rotate that right hip down a little bit to line up with the left, if it's up a bit, which it most likely will be. You can open up your palms out to the sides if you like. You can wiggle your fingers. You can wiggle your nose. And then landing the right foot back to the back of the mat. Whooshing sounds encouraged. Inhale, open up. And then exhale, slowly down to the floor. Left foot back, downward dog. Have a little pedal out. Good. Knees are down to the floor. Walk the hands back towards the body. We will lean towards our right side. So right hand down. Left foot out to the left. And then lifting that left leg up, left hand, left hip. And then I want you to find a mix between pointing the toes and flexing the foot. It's called flointing. So we want to curl the toes back, press the ball of the foot away, and then gently start to make some little circles. And then we just do this for 5 to 50 minutes or so, and then rotating the opposite way. Oh yeah. And then bending that left knee and starting to create these swimming-like motions. Breathing as we go. And then we come back to where we started and we do that 3 more sets. Just kidding. Breath in, exhale, lower. And just come back to all fours and just move gently a little bit. Nice work. And just feeling the activation of energy through the legs, hips, thighs, probably in the glute as well. Slowing down the breath and just knowing that you've got the other side to look forward to. Walking the hands back, left hand down, right foot out to the right, right hand, right hip. And then just getting your positioning. Maybe taking the advanced smile version and then rotating that right leg a few times. And it could be little tiny circles. It could be big circles. You could bend your knee. Probably thinking, I wish you told me that on the other side. Well, that's a bonus you get next time you do the class. Reversing the rotation. One side could be very different to the other side. So if this is your easier side, congratulations. Bending that right knee and swimming through. If this is your trickier side, congratulations. And then slowly coming back. Don't worry, it's not just you. We're feeling it too. And just moving a little bit. And then just coming down to your belly. So just see if you can kind of roll the body down to the belly, fold the arms, forehead or cheek down to the arms, and just find a little bit of gentle stillness here for a moment. Feeling the activation in the glutes, lower back. And if it does feel a little bit tense, maybe tense it up, take a breath in, and then just exhale release and sigh, relaxing the body. Good. Absolutely no rush, but when you are ready, finding your way back to downward dog. So to do that, you can place one hand each side of the chest, elbows in, drawing the shoulder blades back a little bit. Pour the weight back as you inhale, and then exhale. Look towards your belly button, knees, feet as you find your way back to downward dog. Have a little pedal out, one heel at a time. And then looking forward, walking, floating, teleporting the feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, ground through the heels. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rolling up into a standing position. Either shoulder roll at the top, or you can take the hands up, bend through the knees. Inhale, nice big chest, heart opening, back bend. Exhale, drop the hands by your side, relax. Sink into the feet a little bit for a moment. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Feet close together. Right foot down, left knee up this time. Left hand on the left thigh, pressing down a little bit. Thigh pressing back up. Right hand, right hip. Right hip pressing to the right. Right hand pressing against the hip. And just feel active, long through the back of the neck. Crown of the head to the ceiling. And then flexing the left foot or flointing it, if you've mastered the floint. Left foot rotates back. Warrior 3, extending that left heel back, lifting a little bit. Rotate that left hip down. And then hands can go underneath the chest, or they can open up to the sides, long through the back of the neck. Relaxing the wrists, wiggling the fingers, supporting with the breath. Embracing all the sensations, all the little wobbles, all the little shakes, all those little muscles getting super excited that they get to play today. And then landing that left foot back down to the mat immaculately like a ninja yogi, or not. And then inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, bowing forward, sweeping the hands by your side. Inhale, lifting up. Good. Exhale the hands all the way down to the floor. Stepping the right foot back, downward dog. Nice work. Have a little pedal out. Good. Keeping things moving just for a little bit longer. Then we can wind down. Not far off. If you need to release a bit of heat or release a bit of energy, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Stick out your tongue. Good. Inhale, left foot to the sky, in behind, stretch it long. And then exhale, left foot through. Lift your heavy buckets, high lunge position, zipping everything on, in, and up. Good. Drop into the pose, open up. And just finding a little bit of stillness for a moment. So far, we've done a lot of movement and flow. Can you just find a little bit of stillness in the strength of the position? And make it a little bit softer with each breath. Finding a little bit of ease. If you want a little bit more to do here, you can close your eyes, get some bonus little shakes and wobbles. Good. Inhale, straighten the front leg a little bit. Exhale, get a little bit deeper, 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 deeper. Slowly lowering that right knee all the way to the floor. Not yet. And lower it down. Nice work. Good. A gentle twist. Right hand down, left arm up. Inhale once. Exhale, left hand drapes underneath that left leg. Good. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, left hand down. Left knee down to the floor, sinking back to Vajrasana. Hands on thighs. Rolling the shoulders up, back, breath in, exhale out. Not wondering if I'm going to get you to do those leg rotations again. If this is not your first class of this class, you'll know the answer to that. But if this is your first time doing this class, I'll just let the answer be unknown for a little bit longer. Leaning to the left hand, extending the right leg out to the right. Inhale, lift up the hips, open up through the chest, reach that right hand to the ceiling, wiggling the fingers. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, sweep to the other side. So we bring that right knee in, a little bit of a contraction down, right hand out to the right, left foot out to the left. Inhale, open and stretch out. Good. As you exhale, just sweeping back to the other side. That's it. Just gently opening up, not meant to be super strong, it's more meant to be kind of this flowing side to side, like a tree kind of just getting blown side to side, a flexible tree, of course. Good, and then letting that rotation start to settle back into the center, moving forward. Inhale, lift up, exhale back, downward dog. Last standing pose. Feet together, inhale, right foot to the ceiling this time, right foot through, high lunge. Take your time. The more time you take to set yourself up, the better foundation you'll have, the more longevity you'll have. It's like setting the foundations for a building. If you rush and build on top of an unstable foundation, it could unravel a lot quicker. So just finding this relaxed shoulders, and just feeling into the pose, feeling into the space that your body can occupy in this position. Closing your eyes if you want more wobbles, keeping them open if you want slightly less. Supporting with the breath. Good. Last breath in, straightening the front leg. Exhale, lowering down that left knee, hovering it above the mat a little bit longer with the exhale, and then lowering the left knee to the floor, hands down to the floor. Inhale, right arm up, left hand down. Exhale, drape the right hand underneath the right knee. Relax the head, neck, face. One more. Inhale, rotate up. Exhale, right hand down to the floor. Right knee comes back to meet the left knee, and then just coming down to your belly again. So whichever way works for you, just gently folding the arms, forehead or opposite cheek to last time, and just slowing down the breath. Slowing down your heart rate by slowing down the out breath. So for example, you might breathe in to the count of 3 or less or more. And then just pausing at the top for a moment, and then as you exhale, breathing out close to double what you breathe in with a little pause at the bottom. For example, that might be breathing in for 3, 2, 1, pause at the top, and then breathing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pause at the bottom, breathing back in again for 3, 2, 1. A little pause at the top of the inhale, and then exhaling out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little pause at the bottom, and then just let your breath go natural again. Just notice how your awareness has changed for a moment. And then finding your way back up into Vajrasana. So elbows in a little bit, pull the weight back. It's not a push-up, more like a kind of transfer of weight, like a seesaw. And then once you're up in Vajrasana, we'll lean to one side, sweep the feet around, have your strap handy and block handy if you've got them, rolling onto your back, hands on each knee, and just circling the knees around, rotating the shoulders. So the circles, the knees are taking 2 different circles, and the shoulders are rotating in these same circles. And then just reverse the rotation. And then bring your knees together and just have the knees above the hips rather than towards the chest. And just lightly press down on the knees with the hands and just tiny little circles, just massaging that lower back into the floor. So make sure that you can kind of feel your lower back, maybe even your glutes, tailbone on the ground, and then just reversing that direction, coming back to the breath. Good, then you can place feet down to the edges of the mat, open up the arms, knees fall into center, and just gently swaying the hips from side to side. And then bring the feet back into center. Press down through the feet and lift the hips. Shuffle the hips over towards the right a couple of times. So lift the hips, shuffle, lift the hips, shuffle. Did I say shuffle? Shuffle. And then knees fall over to the left side. And then just take your gaze gently over towards the same side as the knees, so over to your left side as well. If it feels better to turn the other way, you can, but generally you're facing the same way as the knees, or somewhere in between. And just see how your lower back's feeling. If you feel any pinching, find a way to adjust. We shuffled the hips because that way when we rotate the knees over, the spine still stays aligned. We're not twisting the lower spine. The lower half of the spine doesn't really like to twist. So just supporting that by breathing softly into the belly as you expand it. Then as you exhale, just feel like you're melting into the earth a little bit more. Again, we'll take one more breath in. And as you exhale, just shift your center of gravity back to the center. Shuffling the hips back into the middle. And just letting your spine be neutral for a moment, feeling into it, making sure that it's aligned. And then shuffling your hips over towards the opposite side. So over to the left side this time. Knees gently fall over to the right, maybe stacked, maybe something in between the legs. Maybe knees apart, legs apart. Just finding somewhere that feels okay for your lower back and your hips. Once you find that, you can either turn to face the same side as your knees, or you can turn to face the opposite side or somewhere in between. And again, all these little variations, you probably find teachers saying different things, and it completely depends on what you're trying to achieve, your body. So just find what works for you. Take these suggestions, maybe try them, but if your intuition says it doesn't feel right for any reason, just feel free to not go as deep in, or to find another option that suits your body better. Just starting to sink into that feeling of space. Spaciousness. One more breath in, and then you can gently bring the knees back to center, the hips back to center. And just lay here for a moment. Just let the spine neutralize. And so, for the last couple of poses, it depends if you have a strap or not. If you don't have a strap, option one is to just take both hands behind the right knee, inhale, point the toes, and then exhale, flex the foot a little bit each time, extending the heel up to the ceiling a bit more. Yeah, not going hard. This is not an active, super strong stretch, very passive and gentle. Option 2, if you do have a strap, wrap the strap around the ball of the foot, extend gently up through the heel. Still same kind of idea, gently extending the heel up maybe a little bit more each time, and the arms aren't pulling down. The hands are holding onto the strap, but in a relaxed fashion, so the natural weight of the shoulders is what's giving you the gentle stretch. It's just kind of elevating the feet and the legs a little bit. And again, aiming for this sense of space and spaciousness. Because as we move into spring, for me, it feels like this renewal, this sense of new opportunities, almost like a blank canvas. So maybe feeling into that sense of leaving room for things to happen. And sometimes that might be saying no to certain things to leave space for other things. So when you have a lot of money to spend, you may say you have $1,000 to spend. That first 900 could be spent really, really quickly. But you probably take your time with that last 100. So you don't have to necessarily take this advice. But you will take one more breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Relax that right foot down. Relax for a moment. Just lay down still. And then we'll come into the other side. So if you don't have a strap, remembering to keep the tailbone on the ground, hands in behind the left knee, inhale, point the toes, exhale, flex the foot, extending the foot up a little bit higher each time, gently. Otherwise, left foot into the strap, round closer to the toes, extending up through the heel, shoulders relaxed, face relaxed as well. And neck nice and long. Left leg gently extending up to the ceiling but not forcing it. Back to the breath. And again, once you connect with the breath and you feel a bit more settled, just connecting to that sense of spaciousness. And a lot of these concepts sometimes are best found in events that may make you feel this way. So maybe just feeling into a time when you created more space in your schedule, in your life. Could be even in a room, rearranging a room and just feeling that renewed sense of spring clean freshness, spaciousness. One more breath in. And as you exhale, you can drop that left ankle to the right thigh. You can stay as is, or you can wrap both hands behind that right knee. Won't be here for very long, just about 2 or 3 breaths. Drawing that right knee towards you, pressing the left ankle away, head rests on the ground, relax. And just a gentle little stretch before we finish. Good, one more breath in. You can just gently, slowly swap sides. So right ankle to the left thigh, either staying left foot on the ground, just relaxing here, or wrapping the hands around behind the left knee. And just gently drawing the left knee towards you, right ankle pressing away, but not feeling any pinching anywhere. And so it's a similar thing with our body. You might not have realized that the room could feel more spacious, or you could have rearranged it in a different way. You thought everything was fine. But now that you have done that, you notice the difference. And it's a similar thing with yoga. You may feel a certain way and not know why, but if you just create this time, this space to take care of yourself, nourish your body like you are right now, at the end of this, or even already, You feel that spaciousness. One more breath in. And then exhale, both feet down. Last pose, either a block or pillow or bolster underneath the hips. Supported bridge, so inhale, lifting up the hips. And then exhale, just place the hips gently on either a block, which would maybe be on its medium setting or lower setting, or maybe a bolster or something soft to support. And if you want extra stretch, you can straighten out your legs. If this is uncomfortable, if you want to do something else or skip straight to Shavasana, that is completely fine. We will meet you there very soon. And just breathing into the belly again. It may even feel nice to place your hands on your lower belly or just around the hip area. And just have this sense of spaciousness. Just releasing the last things that need to be released, the last of winter, moving into spring, fresh, blank canvas, taking what we learned from our last cycle, winter, but also not creating any dogma or limiting the potential for the new cycle or for our next painting. In a little drop-in session earlier, Jess used the perfect analogy of running your fingertips through the air. Imagine finger painting. So maybe wherever you are, just running your fingertips across your body for a moment. Just like a childlike exploration, like you're painting your body with finger paint. You can start to come out of your supported bridge if you haven't yet, stretching your legs long, maybe having a bolster underneath your knees. Maybe if you want something warm, you can place something warm over your body. We're going to be still for a few moments. So if you plan on doing another class after this, you can head straight to that class or click play on that class now if you want to skip Shavasana, but I highly encourage you to just find some stillness here and let everything integrate. Savor the feeling, the sensations, the spaciousness that we've created here. And just feeling like your body has this new sense of expansion, of possibility. Just taking a nice big breath in through the nose, and then as you exhale, just completely letting go. There's nothing left you need to do. Absolutely no rush. But when you're ready, just starting to notice all the different sounds that you can hear around you. Starting to notice even the sound of your own breath in and out the nostrils, circulating through your entire body as you begin to reawaken the body by gently brushing the thumbs across each fingertip one at a time. Again, noticing this subtle, gentle sensation, but approaching it with this childlike wonder. Maybe even still imagining that as you trace your fingertips across your body, waking up more of your body, that it starts to paint it all different colors. Maybe imagining your body as this beautiful canvas that you can start to paint and play with. But it's not just your body, it's the entire room and essentially your entire life as you start to unravel, starting to wiggle your toes, nod your head gently side to side, starting to expand the breath, starting to unfold like this spring flower, uncurling from a bud, opening up, just coming back with this freshness. Inhale, lifting your arms up overhead, nice big stretch, nice big breath in, a little grin, then rolling over to one side, knees tucked in, head resting on the arm. Just maybe giving this sensation, this feeling of spaciousness and freshness, a color that naturally comes to mind, or an image, or a feeling or sensation. And as you rise up into your seated position, getting ready to move back into possibly the rest of your day, or it could be your evening, or even getting ready for sleep, just bringing this sense of spaciousness and freshness with you. Thank you for taking this time for you and spending time with us. We'll take our breath in, raising the hands up above the head. Exhale, palms down in front of the chest. Thank you. Namaste. Om.